Hello everyone, my name is Akanksha Mishra and you are watching TNV Academy. Imagine a world where certification bodies are the unsung superheroes of food safety. They walk into factories not with kits, but with clipboard standards and a sharp eye for non-conformities. ISO 22003 is their secret manual, an international standard that tells them how to certify food safety systems like ISO 22000 and FSSC 22000. This video will dive into how certification bodies implement ISO 22003 effectively, step by step, with a bit of humor, drama, and a real-world insight. The role of certification bodies. Certification bodies aren't just document checkers. They are independent evaluators tasked with ensuring that food businesses comply with globally accepted food safety standards. They don't just issue certificates. They protect supply chains, consumer trust, and international trade. Under ISO 22003, their work is governed by rules that dictate how to structure audits, select competent auditors, define scopes, and remain impartial. Understanding ISO 22003 categories A to G. A major part of ISO 22003 is its categorization of food sector activities. Certification bodies must classify the auditee's activity into one or more of the following. Category A, farming. Category B, perishable animal products. Category C, perishable plant products. Category D, stable products. Category E, distribution. Category F, catering. Category G, services like packaging, transport, etc. Now we will talk about the accreditation, impartiality, and scope rules. To implement ISO 22003 effectively, certification bodies must first define their scope of services and ensure they are accredited for the categories they intend to certify. Impartiality committees, conflict of interest declarations, and structural independence are essential. The scope, once approved, must be clearly maintained and justified with proper competence. Now, competence management of auditors. One of the most critical elements of ISO 22003 is auditor competence. Certification bodies must ensure that each auditor is trained, evaluated, and authorized only for the specific food categories they understand. An auditor experienced in cold chain logistics cannot be sent to audit a flour mill without proper training. ISO 22003 requires certification bodies to build confidence matrices, conduct technical interviews, shadow audits, and ongoing performance reviews. This is where many certification bodies falter and where the effective ones shine. Now, witness audits and sampling requirements. Accreditation bodies conduct witness audits to evaluate the certification body's performance. In multi-site certifications, ISO 22003 defines strict sampling rules to ensure that the selected sites represent the entire operation. Certification bodies must plan surveillance and recertification in a way that every site gets visited within the certification cycle, and high-risk sites get more frequent attention. Witness audits are like live tests for certification bodies. Fail here and you risk suspension. Risk-based certification planning. Effective certification bodies go beyond checklist. They implement high-risk-based plannings for audit. This means considering previous non-conformities, regulatory changes, operational changes, seasonal risk like mango processing in summer, and food fraud vulnerability. ISO 22003 guides certification bodies to ensure that all this is documented and used to adjust the audit strategy. This risk-based approach ensures focused, valuable audits and stronger food safety outcomes. Now, lessons from failures and certification disasters. What happens when certification bodies don't follow ISO 22003? Disaster. From wrongly issued certificates to reputational damage and accreditation withdrawal. Real-life stories include certifications granted to companies that never implemented HACCP or audits done in just 2 hours. These aren't just mistakes, they are threats to public health. The most effective certification bodies learn from such failures and ensure strict internal audits, peer reviews, and staff training to avoid them. ISO 22003 is not just a compliance requirement. It is the framework that makes certification bodies trustworthy and effective. Implementing it correctly means defining and controlling your scope, ensuring competence and impartiality, calculating audit times scientifically, managing risk proactively, documenting every decision and action. If you are part of a certification body, now is the time to audit your own system and ensure you are not just issuing certificates, but protecting lives and reputations. If you like this video, share it with auditors, consultant, or anyone in food certification. Subscribe for more ISO deep dives and real-world compliance secrets.